I'm Mitchell Ellis, and I wanted to take just a couple of minutes to tell you some of the things about our Easy Potter Pro Plus potting machine. It seems to be confusing to some people, but if you can look at this machine, you can see the size of it. It's quite large. As a matter of fact, this machine is about 13.5 foot long out to the end of the tongue. What it is, it's an Easy Potter that was extended. We made it longer. What we did is we put a 4-yard hopper on here. There's actually about an 8-foot area here that you can dump in with a front end loader. You can also dump into it from the back. It's 8 foot with a front end loader. If you got a 6-foot loader bucket, it's no problem, a Bobcat or whatever, you can dump right into it. And so, you have the Easy Potter, which is a much smaller machine. It's about 4 or 5 foot shorter because it don't have a hopper on it. And then when we call it the Pro, what that means is it has a flat filling attachment on it. Right here behind this drill is a rotary brush that turns. That makes it a Pro. What makes it a Plus, we added a hopper. Easy way to remember it. So anyway, this machine, it has the servo motor that runs the drill platform up and down, and it has a servo motor that indexes the belt. This right here is your rollers for your soil return, and it has the auger that puts your soil back in on the side. If you want to adjust the height of the brush, and if you'll bring the camera around this way, you can kind of film in this right here. It has a jack right here, and what it's got 2 knobs right here. And you just undo these knobs, and you just take this jack, and you can move it, and it'll raise and lower that brush, because sometimes you may want to just fill pots, and you may just want to sweep them off, and you may not want to drill a hole. In that particular case, the drill will stay in the up position, so you have a fill only mode. And of course, if you walk around just this way, this is a cabinet housing that houses the servo belt. And actually the belt never makes a revolution. It's got 2 linear shafts in it with a clamp on it that clamps to the belt, and you can watch this here, and it'll just go back and forth. And then what it'll do is it'll move the drill up and down. One thing that you can do with this machine is you can change the depth of the hole that you're drilling while the machine is running. All you got to do is just come over here and hit your jog button, and you can make it drill deeper or make it drill shallower while the machine's running. You don't have to stop your help or anything like that. Another thing that you can do is you can change the position of where the drill is drilling in a pot. I have one customer that was drilling like a 4-inch hole. And what he did is he jogged it over towards the side of the pot. Just left a thin sidewall on the side of the pot, and when the pots came by, the customer would take and put his hand in the hole, and he would pull it over, and they would put 2 3-inch liners in that pot. So there's a lot that you can do with this machine that you really can't do with other machines without doing a lot of adjustment and a lot of changes and everything, because this machine, it really does not have a stroke. I mean, because what it does, it senses the pot and it drills it whenever it's the pot. If we was just running the belt and there were no pots going through, the drill would never come down. It has to see a pot before it drills it. Like you could put like a pot on here and just set the one on, and then when it gets to the drill, it'll drill it. It don't matter if you had 2 foot between it or 3 foot, or whether you got the pots jammed up or whatever, it doesn't matter. And this machine's very fast. We've got one customer that could do, he was in the fill only mode. He had 2 people putting pots on. He was running 100 a minute. And we got one customer that runs 55 to 58 ones a minute drilling a hole. And then we got another customer that's drilling about 36 3 gallons a minute, and that's drilling. So I mean, the machine will put out a lot of volume, and most of the limitations is the help. It's not the machine, because the potting machine is only as efficient as the material flowing to the machine and the material flowing away from the machine. Personally, I like a machine like this because it can be pulled right out in the field. You can hook your conveyors up right here. You can butt them up. Your people can just stand here and they can pot. You can move them right out in the field, and you can take them off and put them out in the beds. You can take the machine, you can position it. You can fill beds on this side. You can fill beds on that side of the conveyor belt. Then you can get some help out there, pick your aluminum conveyors up and just walk them over horizontally and just set them down, and you can go again. Another thing about this machine, again with the Easy Potter, is the easy maintenance. and I can brag about this because it's true. I mean, this machine right here, if you want to replace the elevator chain in it, a good mechanic can do it in an hour's time, because the rear panel on the machine, it's got 2 pins that pulls out, and it opens up the whole rear end. This right here, the slot on this side, that bottom plate comes off, the whole sprocket assembly comes out this side. If you come around here on this side, you can see right here, there's a round plate right here in the back. That round plate comes off, the whole thing comes off. Another thing about this machine is, for years we had to deliver machines and we had to set machines up and teach people how to run them. This machine is so easy. We can just ship it on a flatbed truck. The customer can get the machine. We got 2 forklift attachments that's balanced for the machine. You can pick the machine up with a forklift. You can set it on the ground. You're not gonna have to worry about slipping it or dropping it. Russell, take a shot of that brush right there. You can see the brush assembly up in there and how it wipes the pots off. And when I was telling you about the machine and how easy it is, right here on the front, let's say that you're out in the field and the machine has soil in it and you're not going to pot on it for 4 or 5 days. Well, your soil's got fertilizer in it. That don't need to sit in the machine. It's just common sense. Could rain, all that fertilizer is releasing in the machine. You don't want that to happen. You want to make sure the machine is empty. What you can do is you can reverse the belt on this machine and the machine will empty itself out. Now, let's just say your help's out in the field and they don't remember how to do it on the controller. Well, most people, even your workers in the field, most of them or some of them have smartphones. And this has the manual in Spanish and English. So all you got to do is walk up here and scan this QR code with your smartphone. There you got your manual. The guy don't have to go all the way to the office. He don't have to get a paper instruction on, well, I forgot how to reverse it. And any questions that he has or whatever will be on the operating manual, and he can just look at them right here and be able to be a lot more efficient. This is a switch for your drill auger, your emergency shut off, which is not for stopping and starting, for emergencies only. This is for the drill bit speed, which is variable. The soil elevator chain is variable, and this is a hole for your auxiliary hopper, or forward reverse for auxiliary hopper if you had another hopper to feed this. So anyway, the machine is simple. If you didn't want the tongue on it, it's got 2 pins and the tongue can pull out. You can take it off if you had it in a fixed location. Many people, let's say in a pot facility in a metal building somewhere, and they wanted to use this machine in a fixed location for 6 or 8 months. Maybe you have an overhead soil supply. You can feed directly into the hopper like this. You know, you can save a lot of money by buying a machine like this, because you pay a little bit more for the machine, but you don't have to buy an extra hopper. So anyway, a sensor and everything that you can tie into it to keep your soil level in your hopper at the right level. That way you got a constant soil supply. The thing about all other potting machines in the past is they pick the soil from down here to up here. They move the soil pretty much vertical. Whereas this machine right here, if you look at it from over here, it's moving the soil at a slope. So what makes sense? To try to take soil and move it from down here and move it up here, what happens, it don't matter if you have a bucket elevator, it don't matter if you have paddles or whatever, what happens is you got to run the elevator fast to compensate for the spillage. But when you do that, what's happening? You're wearing your sprockets and you're wearing your bearings and you're wearing your chain out. This elevator right here, it's really not an elevator, it's really a conveyor. It drags the material up the slope, and therefore your chain and everything can run a lot slower, and it's going to last a whole lot longer than a normal conventional machine. This machine right here, it is revolutionary in the industry. This is the first big change that's came with pot machines in the last 30 years. I've been fooling with pot machines for 35 years, and this potting machine is so smooth, it's so quiet, and it's so reliable. It's going to change the industry. Yes. As I was mentioning about this machine being very simple and easy to use, sometimes people want to be able to get into the back of the machine for cleaning out. What we did is we used a mechanical tube in here and a pin. Got it where to swing open from either side. Just pull the pin out, swing this plate right here. This is your heavy plate cut out of Schedule 40 pipe for your roll. Excess and puts it back in the top. But I mean, it's just so easy to get into. Just a big labor and time saver. And when you out potting plants, you don't want to be working on a machine. So this just makes it a whole lot easier. I was mentioning to you it was 8 foot wide. Right here, you got plenty of room to dump into this machine with a loader. So we'd appreciate it if you consider the Easy Potter Pro Plus. It's the Pro because it has the flat filling brush attachment on it, which turns this away. We can put the rotary sweep brush on it, or we can put the horizontal brush on it, whatever the customer wants. Remember, it has the brush, it has the drill, and it's the Plus because it has the 4-yard hopper on it. So we appreciate your consideration of the Easy Potter Pro Plus. And if you're interested, give us a call at 251-649-6466. We'll be glad to answer any questions you have.